Hi friends. So today I'm going to continue the drawing that we did today, and what I'm recording this on is something called Screencastify, and I'm going to have you guys learn how to do Screencastify too, because it's a super cool program where you can videotape yourself, put a video down in the box, type text on the side. It's pretty cool, and it's pretty simple as well. Okay, so when we hand in our projects, I might specify handing it in through taking a picture and uploading it into Google Classroom, or I want to have maybe a video of you talking about your artwork. So today, our artwork is what we drew. I'm going to show you in this Screencastify video how to color with marker in a new way. I know we're used to coloring with marker flat, but when you guys get a little bit older and now you're in middle school, I'm going to teach you guys how to not color flat with your markers anymore so that you can get 3D effects. And this is, after all, op art. We're looking at the artist Bridget Riley. And when you have optical illusion art, you want to kind of fool the eye, right? If you want to make people think it's a real optical illusion, you're going to have to color differently with your markers. And I'm going to show you how. So this is what you're going to need. You're going to need your drawing that we did together. It should be fully traced. Check, check. Okay. Also, if you're drew with pencil, you should take an eraser and scrub away any pencil that you have left over. Check, check. Okay. Then you're going to need two opposite color family markers. So I chose a warm color, which is pink, and a cool color, which is teal. Okay? Got it? All right. Next, what you're going to need to do is take a look at your drawing, and I have to look at my camera. I'm sorry, I'm like doing both things at the same time. Take a look at your drawing and decide how you want to do this. This is how I'm going to do this one. I'm going to use these two colors in these that I've done already. These are opposite color families, and they're called high contrast because they're opposite. When something's high contrast, it means it's the opposite color family, and it's a super loud drawing. Okay, it's obnoxious. Loud, right? It gets people's attention. So if it was like a teensy tiny little postage stamp size drawing across the room, if you used complementary colors or opposite color families, it would like la, it would sing. Why? Because opposite or complementary colors work really nicely next to each other. They vibrate the eye. There's something that happens in the cone of the eye when it looks at two opposite colors at the same time. Okay, and then what I think I'm going to try, and this is a little bit advanced, but I just feel like doing it because I miss doing art with you guys, so I'm just going to do it. Okay, good. I'm going to take two of the same color family, blues and greens and purples, like the cool ocean, right? So I'm going to take two of the same color family, and I'm going to fill it in here and here. You know, every other. I'm doing this backwards. It's really weird. Every other one. Okay, and this is called analogous or low contrast. Analogous is a fancier term, but it's kind of the same idea, okay? And the idea of an analogous color scheme is that it's very shy and quiet. And you're gonna see the difference between one row of these that vibrates really loudly and one that's very quiet. The quiet ones go in the background and the loud ones come forward, much like many of my students. Miss you guys. Okay, so we're on Screencastify. You will be using this. In fact, one of your homework assignments is to practice this over the weekend. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to tilt my little tripod down. It might get a little jiggly, and then it takes me just a second to set up. So I'm going to set my op art down, pick up my opposite color family, high contrast, and then I'm going to try to tilt this down so you can see. I'm going to push this a little bit. Get myself organized, sorry. Okay, when you're coloring with a marker, students have a tendency to want to color like this. And there's nothing wrong with this. Like here, this is how kind of I taught you to color in elementary, right? Because this is a conical marker, like a cone, right? So part of it can be very thin, and part of it can be very thick. Make sense for this marker? Okay. And when you guys were in elementary school, I taught you how to mow the lawn to make it look super duper neat, like this, because when you do this, number one, it takes forever to try to color in when you're using the teensy tiny. You got to learn how to use your tools correctly, right? This is designed this way. This conical marker is designed this way because it gives you two options on how to draw. And today I'm going to show you a third. Okay. So in elementary school, we used to mow the lawn like this, right? I would say never color with the tip of your, because it's going to take you forever and a day, right? This took me like 2 seconds to fill that in. Ding, ding. Make sense? Okay. So today, I'm going to show you guys, and I'm going to do it right here with my marker. I use my pink one. Remember, I'm using opposite color families on these, and these I'm going to use the same color. High contrast, low contrast, okay? Complementary, analogous. I'll talk more about that later. I just want to show you the effect of it. Okay, so the effect of coloring differently with a marker. So watch me do it for a second. I don't know if I can zoom in on this, but I don't know how to zoom in on it. But you can zoom in at home, right? Okay, good. And first of all, when you're coloring, turn your paper. Your wrist has a natural bend in it. If you're like, you can't get it comfortable, right? Don't do it. You have to have a natural motion to your wrist. Yes? Big deal. Remember that. Okay. So I turn my paper on an angle, and I know I'm going to start like right here, and this is the natural bend for my wrist. So I pull up the pink like this, and then when I get to the center, I lift off the pressure of my marker like that. See how I did it? Then I turn it this way because I need that natural bend in my wrist, right? And sometimes you get jiggity and you'll accidentally like mix up, and put two next to each other. That's no big deal. All right. I pull up my wrist like this, and I let it be white in the center because I'm trying to do a 3D illusion. There would be a highlight right there or a brightness, bing. And if I colored it fully in, it would be totally flat. And I don't want that. I want to learn how to color with markers in a new way. I'll show you again. Pull it up like this, and I'm pressing pretty hard, right? And then I turn my paper because I need the natural bend of my wrist, right? And I press pretty hard right here. And then I leave the center white. I'll try it again. Okay. Pretty hard on the edge for my artwork, optical illusion. Bridget Riley is the artist of the week this week. You get extra points for knowing that. Okay, can you kind of see the illusion that I'm getting? It's so much cooler if you can learn how to drag your marker, and almost it kind of works better with like maybe even like a little drier marker, not like totally dry, but try different kinds of markers and see which one you like. Okay, now I still need to turn it because my wrist, okay, I'm going to come up here because I haven't done this one. So hard in the corner, and then light to the center. Need to do the same thing here. See me constantly tipsy-topsy-turving my paper? If you don't do that, your drawing is not going to feel comfortable. And if it's not comfortable when you're drawing, you're going to be like, I don't know how to draw. And I'll be like, well, move your hand. Right? So don't get all nervous about it. Just sometimes when you're relaxed, things come a little more naturally. And you're like, oh, I was doing that and I didn't even realize I was doing it. I'm like, yeah. When you're relaxed and you're comfortable, things are so much more easy if you just kind of play around with it. Like, look at how fast I'm doing this now. Like, literally, I'm dragging this out, and this pink marker is a little bit drier. I'm not going to tell you. So that makes this raggedy center edge where I have the highlight easier, okay? So play around with it. If you can find a marker that's like not totally dried out, but a little dried out, it kind of works. See, like right there, I made a little boo-boo. Oh, well, what am I going to do, cry about it? No. It's just a piece of artwork, no big whoop, right? Because I put these all next to each other. Big whoop. Okay. All right, so I'm going to show you again, because I think the more you watch me do this, the more that you're going to get it, right? So I take my marker into this edge. Watch me turn my, bonk. Watch me turn my paper, and I drag it like that, and I do it again. In fact, to go faster, I don't have to keep turning it the whole time. Look, I'm learning because I'm just kind of doing it. I can do one whole edge and then turn it once, and then do the other edge. I sure miss you guys. I think we'll be seeing each other pretty soon, don't you think? I think we will. And when you come back, we're going to do a lot of painting and a lot of clay, because I couldn't send that home with you. So guess what? When you come back, we're going to be doing a lot of clay and a lot of painting. I'm excited about that. Okay, so again, see how this illusion is happening now? When I do this, I start at the edge. I've got it. Oh, see, that's not comfortable for my hand. I'm trying to stress to you today so much. The natural bend of your hand is a big. Get your paper so it feels right. If you're trying to you can't draw, and then those are usually the kids that are like, I can't draw, Miss. Draw your paper, kid. You never know until you try. There's gold in them there hills. I don't know why I'm talking like that. All right, so I'm gonna kind of tilt out my camera because I don't want this to be like forever today, but I do kind of want you to watch me for a minute. Just watch me, because I think teaching happens. I mean, I think I talk too much sometimes. I'm like a bunch of blah, right? Sometimes I talk too much, and I can get more turning. Oh, my water's in the way. Natural bend, right? Hard on the edge. Drag it to the center and leave the center white, like that. And look how cool this is looking. It's looking pretty sweet. I might just color a little bit more. You want to color with me? All right. Let's color together. And then you can kind of watch how I do it. I think I do kind of like doing half like this because I'm a little bit lazy. So I can do this whole side without having to turn my paper, right? And then I need that natural bend. Where am I going to go here? I'm going to go here. Can you see me? Yeah, you can see me. I hope you can zoom in on your camera or on your, I think you can. And if you want to pause, the video to see like what I'm doing, go for it. It's easier that way when you pause it, right? Only life was that way. Where's my pause button in real life? Okay, I think I forgot one here. All right, so again, this is our Bridget Riley. She's the artist focus of the week. Bridget Riley Op Art. And in Screencastify, I think I'm going to put my little lid on. Always, you know what? This is simple, but always, listen. Remember that. I'm tilting up now. That makes me nervous. Okay. Remember to, literally, you should hear this. Okay, if you don't hear that, you'll be like, why is my marker all right now? Because you didn't put the lid. You got to listen for the snap. Ding, ding. Okay. All right. So this, again, is Screencastify. You are learning how to do Screencastify. I will upload a video tutorial, and by the weekend, you will have it loaded on your computer, and I want you to play around with it, because I have found that I learn things so much better when I play with them. If I look at it as work, sometimes I get nervous. But if I just goof around with it, sometimes it seems to be a little bit easier. I'm not so stressed out, right? I think you guys are probably the same way. All right, so I'm going to upload this, and we'll probably be working on this at the same time. And I think that's about it. So, all right, I will see you soon.